I feel like every time in January, all the good stuff is happening nonstop. I mean, the whole year just kicks off. We have event after event after event. It's really exciting, especially being an enthusiast for a lot of these new cars coming out. We're going to be testing out a lot of various vehicles from a ton of manufacturers. I appreciate you guys tuning in for the podcast studio videos while we're here at the office. We're going to have a lot of different vehicle tests coming out your way over the horizon right now. So please stay tuned for all that coverage. I cannot wait to share it with you. I do want to talk about all the stuff happening right now with VIN1 vehicles being auctioned. This is the time where it happens. I actually was able to join Chevrolet a few years back. They invited me out to join the team while they did the auction for VIN1 C8 Corvette. Stingray convertible, I think it was. This was an all-new mid-engine Corvette. I was out there with the actual team. They had people from marketing and all sorts of different people involved. It was a lot of fun being able to talk to the lead engineers for the Chevrolet Corvette. Now, flash forward a couple years, we have this all-new one coming out, the Zr1 with double the horsepower, more than double the horsepower of a standard Stingray. It's just shocking to me. I'm so stoked to see what they get. When I went to Barrett-Jackson with the Chevrolet team, they were able to sell VIN1 of the C8 Corvette for about $3 million, I believe. With this newer 1,000 horsepower Corvette, I'm very curious to find out what it will sell for. Will it sell for more than the previous record-holding Corvette? Or will it not be as high as we predict? Yeah, having the very first mid-engine Corvette is pretty wild in its own right, but now combine that with the very first mid-engine Zr1, which also has 1,000 horsepower. What vehicle has that much horsepower, right? It's fun commentating on all these new vehicles coming out because there's just so much happening all the time. Is it going to be getting better from here on out? Or is it going to slow down? These are really important questions to actually have. How much faster can you really make one of these new cars? Can you make things night and day faster than they are now? The only way I think you can possibly do that is if you look at the McMurdy and the suction fans that help glue the vehicle onto the ground to accelerate and take corners fast. Other than that, you could look at the rocket ideas that Tesla's been talking about for the Roadster. Other than those wild, innovative things, all we have is just keep throwing more horsepower onto a vehicle, the chassis, and then give us wider and wider tires. That's been the formula, right? And this formula has reached such a high threshold with this Zr1. It's like, where will it go from here? I'm excited to cover how much this vehicle sells for. Also, share with you guys the other car reviews coming out your way shortly. It slowed down a little bit because it was winter and I was setting up this whole shop. We do so much here at our vehicle enhancement studio here on the beach of Carlsbad, California. Let us know if we can protect the original paint of your brand new car or change it up with different wraps for your vehicle. There's so much you can do, and it's so much fun working on cars out here, owned by the local community of car enthusiasts. Please email support@speedphenomfilm.com for a quote or give us a call at 760-496-8607. You'll find our info in the description down below. Now that everything is moving at such a fast pace out here, I'm excited to get back into the full groove with the YouTube content. So I appreciate you guys tuning in on these podcast videos. We're going to be making a lot more when it comes to how-tos and other videos, trying to teach you guys stuff that I think you are very curious about in terms of cars and how to do things in the industry or in the car scene. There's so much to talk about, and I love this format to be able to just regroup with everybody to make this content happen. Not only that, I do want to get more and more in depth with what it's like buying these new cars, like buyer guides. So stay tuned for all that good stuff coming out your way next here on the Speed Phenom YouTube channel. I cannot wait, but just I want to get your thoughts real quickly before they officially auction off this vehicle. How much do you think it's going to go for? Do you think it's going to be the most expensive Corvette of all time, or will it fall short of the Z06 and previous Corvettes of the past? Stay tuned for our direct coverage of this happening. Furthermore, as I've been talking about for so many months now, I'll be documenting much more when it comes to the ordering process for this vehicle. We're going to find out what it's like when it comes to locking in the order, and then eventually to finally, getting the keys somehow to the vehicle to test out how it actually handles. There's a lot to do, and I want to really stack it up against the competition, especially from competitive brands. I love all these brands. I'm not brand specific. I do know that with our content, certain viewers are more vocal than others when it comes to watching certain videos. So I know we have a massive following of people who just love hearing these commentary videos and also seeing what's going on new with American performance cars. But then we have that other branch that loves the European vehicles or the German vehicles. So stay tuned. If you're on one end of that spectrum, don't worry, we got content coming out for you next around the corner. Anyway, so guys, I just wanted to share with you that news right there. We have a history of the $3 million C8 Stingray being auctioned off. I wonder what the very first mid-engine ZR1 is going to get. And for having 1,000 horsepower. There's so many variables here. It gets me curious. I hope it doesn't affect things with markups, because sometimes you might get dealerships looking online saying, well, let's say VIN1 ZR1 sold for $3 million or $2 million. I just got allocated VIN 55. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a massive markup on this vehicle of $200,000. Or what they might also do is try to hold out from not selling consumers a vehicle because they think they can get so much more money. That's a ton more money. And this is where it gets hard. This is the sad part in the car industry. Yet we will talk more about this and expose more about this with the videos to come, not only for this vehicle, but for tons of other vehicles out there on the market. There's a lot that can be said, and I'm really eager to break this down. Please let me know, guys, in the comment section down below what kind of videos you would like to see breaking down these things to expose. Furthermore, what is your favorite type of content here on the channel? We're bringing back the track videos at ASAP. It's finally track season, so stay tuned for a lot of good stuff coming out your way. I am curious, do you think we're going to find the same issue that we found with the C8 Corvette Stingray at Barrett-Jackson, where people would buy the vehicle, they'd buy them outright in cash, and then next thing you know, you see them nonstop at Barrett-Jackson getting auctioned off by all these flippers. I recall when I bought my Corvette Z06, I put so many miles on that vehicle. I drove it non-stop. I took it to the track. I really pushed it hard towards its limits. While I was doing that, I recall so many people buying them and putting 0 miles on those cars, then taking them out to Barrett-Jackson and then auctioning them off. I'm very curious if we're going to find the same exact thing happening with the C8 Corvette Zr1, where people will be getting the allocation for the car, jumping ahead of those who are enthusiasts who would actually drive the car. These flippers are very rampant. They're all over the place, and it's very unfortunate. I really do hope we don't find a massive trend of people buying the ZR1s and treating them similarly to the Ford GT, where they put no miles on them and then they instantly go out to sell them for a profit at these live auctions. Anyway, so if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. It really helps me out, and subscribe for much more great content coming out your way. While you do that, the notification bell, so you're up to date with all the new videos the second I post them. Thanks for watching again. I'll see you in the next one.